When you're troubleshooting your smart arm, there's a few different places that you can get power interruption. You should always have power going to your touchpad because it will have a main source of power coming directly either from your battery or your distribution panel. If you feel confident enough to remove access panels, find the wiring going to your smart arm. You can check for voltage coming to your smart arm and going out of your smart arm to your LED light. You'll want to have a multimeter and set that to direct current, which is the V with the dotted line and then the solid line. Our LED is going to receive power through this red and white wire from the touch panel. You can have a secondary source of signal to turn it on and off through this green wire, and that will go to the switch on the interior of your unit. And like we've previously talked about, that switch is going to do the opposite of what that touchpad does. So if your switch is on inside your unit, then it should be on outside as well, unless you already have your switch for your light turned on at the touchpad. Then it will do the opposite and turn your light off. So make sure that you have power going to your light, and then you can check for the voltage going to your light. And again, you should have that 13 volts direct current going to your light, and your light should be on. If your light is not on, when you have current going through these wires, that is a sign that your light is damaged and will need replaced. Other wires that you'll see over here are the wires going to your interior switch for extend and retract. When you check these wires, they should have their own individual power source. And you will check those by placing your probes into those wires and then activating the switch, either extend or retract, and you should get that 13 volts direct current again. The other switch that we have on the interior is our light switch. Ours is labeled on at the bottom and off at the top. It's important to remember that this switch does the opposite of what your touch panel is doing. And all this switch really does is take that power from your power source, sends a signal to your touch panel, and that will turn your light on and off. To check those connections, you remove this switch or you pop it out of the panel. Here you can see our switch that's labeled on at the bottom, off at the top. So when we want our light to be off, it would be flipped up. On would be down with the red showing. And we have our power coming in at the top, and then we have our power going out at the bottom. If you need to reverse these, make sure that your light is off at your touchpad and then off on your switch. Since ours is in the correct orientation, we can replace it and then add our screws back. And then make sure that switch is all the way in that panel.